All right, guys, we're almost done for today's level 1 lesson. We have some confusion verses. I'm just gonna end this one with this one confusion verse. What does that mean? It's Surah 20, verse 130. This verse will always come out with Sunnis and people that are just beginning this and that, like with the time frames, the names of the Salah and all that. This is the verse. So you all have to know this number 20, 130. There's zeros in it. These are all pair number multiples of 10, 10 times 2, 10 times 13, 20, 130. What is this verse? And why am I bringing this out? 20, 130, the famous verse, and it connects with this one, yeah. فَاصْبِرْ عَلَى مَا يَقُولُونَ وَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ قَبْلَ طُلُوعِ الشَّمْسِ وَقَبْلَ غُرُوبِهَا. Then it goes, وَمِنْ آنَاءِ اللَّيْلِ وَسَبِّحْ فَسَبِّحْ وَأَطْرَافَ النَّهَارِ. This is the key thing right here. This one at the ends of the day, وَأَطْرَافَ النَّهَارِ لَعَلَّكَ تَرْضَى. So this one, so many Sunnis, so many Quran alone people, even some, they're like, oh, this is the explanation that there's 5 prayers. Okay, right away they bring this up, guys. Sister, you're gonna be masters at this. I'm telling you right away. You have to know the typical problems, or the typical, I call it, confusions. Okay, this is the confusion of this area. You go, oh, this one is the 5 Salah. And you're like, what? And then you go, wait, where? The first thing is, you should be saying, does it mention Salah, first of all? Like tremendous amount of question. Like, come on, guys. Like, obviously, it's like the first, like, how does this have to do with Salah in the first? But bro, this comes out all the time, okay, guys? So you have to know this all the time. And go, okay, wait, it goes, first of all, it doesn't say Salah. It says what? It says, wasabbih. They don't even know what glorify is. Completely different subject. This is, and it says to glorify twice. So it's 100% saying this has nothing to do with Salah. This is a complete different time frame. This is a whole different subject. And this comes to the tasbih subject. And we are not going into any of that because that's a complete different mastery that we're going to get to another time. So, but without, most of them didn't even realize they bring this has that. So the answer is, guys, this has nothing to do with Salah. And you ask them, show me how does this connect to Salah? And you're like, with the tarafa an-nahar, this thing right here, this part right here at the ends of the day. I'm like, oh wow, really? So you go, first of all, it says ends in plural as 3 ends, and in the verse where we saw before, 1114, there's 2 ends, or both ends. So this would contradict this verse, because Allah says here that there's 2 ends of the day. Now there's 3 ends of the day, or more, at least 3 ends, because in plural Arabic there's minimum 3. So here there's 3 ends. Doesn't God say there's 2 ends? You guys get it? So if 21:30 was Salah time frame, TF, okay, time frame, then why is ends of the day why is ends of the day in the plural Arabic? Okay, let's just put it like this. Yeah, instead of dual in 1114. Very important logic here. This is what in my video, whatever, this is exactly what I show. So but it's just common sense. You can see this, it's obviously it's and so on. So you're like, whoa. So a lot of red flags, right? For this is cannot be Salah. There's red flags. But you guys, you have to know this. And you have to know why. And you have to explain that. And I hope that makes sense. But if you want to do like an extra little homework or out of curiosity, go watch the Tasbih video. You're going to love it, I hope. Very different from Salah, but very important. And the reason why that video came out was because of this confusion question. Just because of this 21:30. I was like, wait, what is this Sabih thing? What is this? I'm like, wait, I'm like, why does it have time frames? But so just another tiny thing. The Sunni world currently mix the tasbih and salah together. For example, Fajr, there's 2 rak'ah. And the rule, the basic rule of salah is, and they call it Salat Tasbih, exactly. So the rule of salah is that your tone of voice has to be like medium tone, right? like in Surah 17, verse 110 that we're going to get to later on.
Yes.
Okay, there's a tone of voice of Salah. So where does the Sunnis respect that? They respect that in Fajr. They do 2 rakahs, right? They do, so Fajr. Dohar prayer, so like middle prayer, which is a tasbih, they are silent. And that's a rule of tasbih. They don't even know. But Prophet Muhammad was technically doing a tasbih silently. He was glorifying God silently. Then Asr, what they call Asr, they do 4 rakah silent again. This is, again, the time frame is part of a tasbih time frame. But Maghrib, what do? You know what they do Maghrib? Maghrib, they do 3 rakahs. 2 of them are with a tone of voice. And the last one is silent, right? Then they have Salatul Isha. The first 2 are with a tone of voice. The last 2 are silent, right? So you're like, wait, basically they did 3 salahs with a tone of voice, like we're supposed to do. They do 2 rakahs, all of them, exactly what is shown in the Quran. All the rest are silent, and all the rest are in the perfect tasbih time frame. So basically what they did was they had no idea what Prophet Muhammad was doing. They were confused, or they did know. The later generation was like, bro, everything is a salah. They're all is salatul salah. You know, so he's doing salatul fajr. So they just combine everything into salah, but in reality, they're 2 complete distinct things, and they are the proof of that. So okay, guys. So next, and then we get into level 2. Okay, level 2 is wudu